Okay. Kita indexing. Kita indexing. Okay. Kawan ni nak cari tadi. Yes.
1 minute. Please. Please.
Yes, good morning.
Morning to you. Can you log out to can you log out to on the two amount that you're not using? That,
You are looking into it, so I don't know. You're using my chat, you're using my laptop, you're using my phone. No, I had a hard time logging in, so I keep on logging in, logging out. Maybe that's not.
no. The best thing you can do is to refresh. The number you
I already refreshed. I don't know what happened. It you just remove the thing.
Let's continue.
Hi there.
Who will do master?
Yes, for me, Lucy. Mustard open for me. Task and responsibility mustard for me.
Abdullah.
Yeah.
Session baru tracking.
Yeah.
Asking what is your yes.
No
problem. New basic on right. Just wait for right.
Can you give me
Master the
I can.
Zero. No problem.
session task verification.
For me.
Verify
Okay.
Yes, for me. Abdul and me. Sorry, Abdul and me.
Info indexer.
For me also.
Info indexer.
Abdul.
Sabina, I'll help you not taking.
Okay. Then kindly guys, you can mute. I think I can hear noise. Can you mute as we check in?
Looks, can you send me the link?
Oh sure. Right.
Check hangout, please. Come
Someone
on.
already said. Okay. I think we need to check in now.
Yeah, sure.
Beginning from Abdul. Can you check in, please?
Yeah, sure. I'm pretty good today, and today's morning session will be good for me also. And overall, I'm 7 today.
Good. Thomas, can you check in?
Most of good thing. Later, presentation to complete the presentation.
Good.
Sir, 6 points.
Thanks.
Okay.
Zulu.
Yes, and 6. Right.
Okay. Daisy, can you check in, please?
Yes.
Daisy?
I was talking. Hello. I was talking. I was on mute. Sorry. Good morning, everyone. I'm good today. I'm at 6.5.
Albina?
Yes, you said 6.5. Yes.
Albina?
Morning, everyone. I'm also good. It's also the morning session of the unit. I'm at 7.
Thank you. Razu? Asim Razu?
Hi guys. I was in the morning session and then another session. I'm pretty
then come again and get some those nights.
Yeah, okay, I'll start over. So I was checking in and saying that I'm really excited about the new session for a new month, and that it should that I missed the morning session, but that I'm here now and able to join this one, and looking forward to moving things onward so that we can collaborate all across the world.
Thank you. It's my turn. Good morning, guys. Today, I'm very much excited to join this session. Though I missed morning session, but looking forward to get better. Check at 6.5. Okay, now I think we can move on to the next part of our desired outcome. Before we move on, Jay, are you going to record our?
Yeah, both me and Abdul are recording.
Thank you.
Then which number did you say is linked to them?
Oh, I didn't give a number, probably like 6.
Okay.
We can move on to our desired outcome.
Yeah, sure.
The only desired outcome for our session today.
Sure. I think it would definitely be good to do some decision making. I have a few proposals that I can support, and also to get our goals clear for the next month, so that we have a good plan and a good set of goals. Also, it'd be great to get the value tracking improved. We're making a lot of changes to our team's budgets and our payment systems and our value tracking, and then also, for team equity and daily equity spreadsheets, it would be good to finally get that out of the way at a good time.
Hello guys, good afternoon.
Hi.
Hello Jimmy, sorry I'm late.
No worries, we'll let you check in. Why don't you just go ahead and check in right now? Tell us how you're doing. Your number.
Okay, today this afternoon I'm doing fine and I'm 6.
I think you guys will need to write notes like Jay's. There is a little bit there in Jay's colors. When Jay was speaking, I think you need to write all of the things.
Relax everything.
It says to get value tracking and team equity. I mean, I think it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, you see what you're saying?
That's fine. Although there was one other thing, to get through some policy.
Yeah, that was the other thing we were missing. Yeah.
Good.
Another desired coming out.
I think we need to next month goal or next 2 month goal. We can discuss.
Goal for next month.
We can discuss here what will be our next 2 month goal.
Abdul,
Yeah. Yes.
can you come up with
Yes, I think it's okay for my side.
And the result comes the Thomas.
Okay.
Thomas.
Hello. Hey.
Yeah.
I propose that I don't know whether the results come on the unit of I'm a priority topic, and then we can turn it into a desired outcome.
Okay.
I have a proposal on whether I can get an advance after what I had a distance on my side. So requesting for an advance for this month. So yeah, we'll just add that to the agenda. That looks good. Any other topics or desired outcomes?
Separate that all documents were arranged systematically.
I didn't understand. Say what?
All documents were arranged systematically.
Is that a topic or is that a desired outcome?
A desired outcome.
Desired outcome is to arrange all documents systematically right now, or
Other documents.
okay. So just to remind us what a desired outcome is. A desired outcome is something we want to accomplish over the next hour as part of the session. Also, I have another desired outcome. I would like to understand on virtual office. That would be a topic, virtual office.
Yes, Jay, and to add to that, update on what we're doing on our new assigned task.
I don't know what that means either. That's not very specific. You have me to be specific. So,
Like last Mercury session, we were given assigned tasks, new assigned tasks. So
sorry, well,
we need to know the
assign tasks. So you should say specifically which tasks you want to do. Like we could go over like the management roles.
yeah. We need to know the update on what we're doing to learn on on those new tasks.
Sure, but again, that's not specific. So Thomas just said, I want to learn more about the virtual office. Done.
Okay.
On that, it's very specific, it's very clear. I can do general management role of generally what does a manager do, but we're not going to go through 100 different manager positions. We don't have time for that. We have 1 hour.
Okay.
And also this, like to organize all that, systematize is not possible to do in 1 hour, right? So it's just not clear what the desired outcome is that we're going to accomplish in this particular hour. Does that make sense? Other desired outcomes or topics? I think it will outcome of topics. We have value tracking and team equity. Then we have proposals. The main proposals I have are all basically personnel proposals and payment proposals, and then the selling calendar. Get that. There's also UMBUS, always good to talk about. And we have to make sure we have our priorities. Somehow these aren't getting written down. Or your discussion results. So again, your desired outcomes, you need to have. Let's
the central executive champions of and monthly is where I can help.
Did you say exit value tracking?
Yes.
Okay, well, I think maybe we want to check out review exit management, manager positions, exit client positions. So this would be good to review, and the exit value tracking is one of them. All right, so this is a lot to go through. Let's put some times on it and see what we can do. So I think we could probably get Thomas in 5 minutes. We can just so we can try to get better at timekeeping. So it says Thomas and Abdul are timekeepers. Yeah. So when it says 5 minutes, that means at 3 minutes you give a 2-minute warning.
Yeah. Okay then.
At 1 minute you give a 1-minute warning. At time you say time is up. At 1 minute you say we're 1 minute over. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay, Jay.
So this we have 10 to 15 minutes. That means at 5 minutes you say you have 5 minutes left. At 10 minutes you say we're at 10 minutes. Time needs to wrap up, and then at 13 minutes you say you have 2 minutes left, and then 1 minute left, and then time is at 15 minutes, right? So you need to be really clear. Each one of these would be like 5 minutes.
Okay, then. Okay.
Hopefully some of them will go quicker. The monthly goals can easily be 15 to 20 minutes. So that means that 10 minutes, you say, okay, 5 to 10 minutes left. That 10 minutes get us wrapped up. Virtual office, you can probably get through in 5 minutes. General management roles, probably like 10 to 15 minutes. Value tracking, equity, like 1 to 2 hours. But we can maybe do like a 10 to 15 minute, part. The selling calendar could probably be quick. Do exit management positions, obviously this would be like 20 minutes or plus. But I don't think that we're going to be able to cover all of this. And half an hour, hour and a half. So it'll be about 2 hours if we did all of it, plus all the additional time, plus the wrap up the meeting. We did a 3-hour meeting with all of this.
Yeah. Okay.
So let's at least get through the first 3, and then we can check in on where we're at. Okay.
Okay.
So now the next thing for Lucy would be to get agreement on the desired outcomes. See if there's any other desired outcomes, any other priority topics. You can get agreement.
Any other desired outcome, guys?
From my side, it's okay.
Nothing from mine. Okay.
So it does seem everyone is okay with that.
All right, I think we are good then.
So next is priority topics. Are you agreeing with these topics? Is there anything left you should add on this?
I think we have agreement on the topics.
Okay. Then we can move on to proposal advance for Thomas the first.
So the first thing we need to know, Thomas, is basically what the proposal is. You need to have a very clear proposal, a written proposal of how much money you're asking for and how much you're going to be back. The minimum is like 10%. But that per paycheck. And currently, Thomas is making $250 $200 per month. You guys are doing good on the note taking. That's what I like to see.
Yes.
Excellent. So Thomas, so we know that you're interested in advance, but that's not a proposal. Your proposal has to be in the form of, I propose to receive X amount of dollars upfront in advance and get paid for that, so that I can, pay my personal bills, right? So it's really not about what you spend for. Like, anybody can stand up here from anywhere in the world and say anything that they want to about how much they need the money, and there's no way to verify it, right? And you're certainly welcome to try to it, but it's not the point. The point is that comment that we love and want to support are asking us for money as an advance, and so it should be based on the fact that you just need the money, and it should have nothing to do about what the money is for. So all you need to know is how much you need. That's really what it comes down to. And you obviously, if you ask for, you can say like a range, and you can have us try to decide. But you need to give us something to go by, like, and we're going to compare it to your current monthly. That's the only thing we have to compare it to. So if you ask for like $1,000, you're getting like 4 times your monthly pay. No, which would be kind of silly. If you ask for like $100, that would be half of your pay.
3 minute left.
So, I would like to propose that my mother, I make like $50.
$1 or 250. What was it?
So from 200, from 250, from 200 and $50.
200. So let's just say 225.
Yes.
$225 upfront advance to be paid back. And so our minimum is 10% per pay. So you can certainly offer to do more than the 10%, but that's up to you. So I think that's a pretty clear proposal. Does that sound correct? You proposed you need $225 upfront advance, so you pay back 10% per pay period.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So I think that the proposal is pretty clear. We all understand that this relates to some medical bills and like the aspects of the difficulties that Thomas has been going through. And just so you guys know that the minimum is 10%, but additionally,
2 minutes left.
our policy is that that you cannot accumulate back when you have an advance. So therefore, you can pay off in advance with extra hours. Okay, so basically, this is a budgetary. This comes out of the future budget, and we already put in at 150 for. So we have 150 plus 225 would equal 150 plus 225 is $375 coming out of our next month's budget. Okay.
Okay. So 1 minute left.
All right, so let's just go ahead and see if there's any questions about the proposal. Are there any concerns about the proposal?
No.
All right, no. So then basically, if there's any objection to the proposal,
No objection from my side.
okay, so let's check here. So let's get a couple people Lucy, Albina, Aline. Do you guys want to vote at all? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Albina, yes.
Yes. Yeah, that's Alina.
And for me also, yes.
Cool. All right. So it sounds like everyone's been pretty much great. So we have the census, and
Actually, I don't understand 150 plus 225.
this was Albina.
No,
Okay.
Lucy. Oh, sorry, yeah.
Comment.
Albina and
So that's
Thomas. Okay.
$375 to come out of next month's budget, right? Well, for now, we're not going to consider what's it called, the maternity. So we're the maternity leave will just be extra, okay?
Yeah.
So, but these ones definitely are coming out
So
of next
time
month's
is
budget.
up.
So,
For this topic is already up.
Okay, so is he going to get 225 apart from the money he gets?
yeah, so this will be paying Thomas an additional $225. If you take $225 and he gets paid $250 per month, and we do 10%, which is $25 a month is the minimum that he has to pay, and then we do 225 divided by 25 would be 90 months. So Thomas has 9 months to pay back this payment. That make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, ideally, you would pay it back faster. For example, if you paid it back in like a month or two, then we wouldn't have to worry about the next month's budget because he would have paid it back already, right? But realistically, he needs the $250 to live per month, so we're only going to take a minimum of $25 per month, but he can choose to pay more than that to pay it back faster, or he can work additional hours and pay it back as part of his back pay, and then we never get the money back. The money's gone, right? So it comes out of the budget. The money is gone once we approve it. We already approved it, so it's no longer money that we have anymore. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
What happens if someone requests for the money and that person disappears? What will happen?
It would disappear. The money would disappear. That's why when we propose any advance or any payment of back pay, the money disappears from the budget. It's negative $375. That's no longer in our budget. The money is gone. As far as we're concerned, when we budget, the money is gone. If it comes back to us, it comes back to us. But we don't, like any advances and all back pay there's never an expectation of ever seeing that money again. Does that make sense? Yep.
I think you maybe you can instead of 10%, someone need to pay at least half of the money so that they can finish that payment in advance. Because they will leave that, maybe someone can get out and leave that burden to company. It's just gone like that.
So can you say it again so we can write that down? I didn't quite understand. So you're questioning the percentage of.
I said if it would have been better, someone paid half of the money after taking the advance payment, so that to avoid inconvenience to the company. At least instead of 10%, I understand most of the time someone can be cut out of the budget. Someone can be out to recover that money. We can enforce the rule. Making sure that after getting the payment, the next coming month you need to pay a half of the money, half of your money you get. Have a half of that money.
If someone's getting paid $200 a month, right, and we give them an advance payment so they can pay off the bill, the next month they would only have $100 to live off of. If it at 50%, right? So that would be very, very difficult to live off of $100 next month, so it would kind of be crippling. So paying back anything above like and 20% is very, very difficult. So 10 to 20% is really the range that is realistic. I mean, obviously.
Yeah, I agree. 10 to 20%.
Yes, I think it's okay if we cut 20% instead of 10%.
Yeah, maybe 25%. Can bet at least.
All that you guys are seeing here that you're not recognizing is that in the current policy, right? So the current policy is that if you work 15 hours per week, and then get a $200 advance, and then work 30 hours per week, you don't have to pay a dime back. Okay, so basically, the whole idea is that we shouldn't expect the money to come back. Like we shouldn't be giving out advances and giving people money just because. That's just not what we do, right? If we're going to give out an advance, it's because it's necessary, or we're going to pay someone back pay. It's like we shouldn't expect to ever see that money again, right? If the people are going to work, we pay them to do the work. And we're not asking to get the money back. We're giving them the money because we expect them to do the work. So we shouldn't be voting to give away money that we're expecting to get back. That's basically what my point is, right? So our current policy is that if Thomas simply works more hours, he doesn't have to pay the advance back anyways.
Yes.
You guys understand? So unless you guys have an issue with that particular policy, it's sort of a mute issue whether it's 10% or 20% or 25% or even 100% if they just simply work more hours. If the money's not coming back to the organization. Okay, so we should move on. We have agreement approval, but if you want, we can add this to next steps and address our policies on advance payments and back pay and things like that if we want to. And this does affect the HR rankings. Like if we're paying people back pay, we're paying people advance pay that they don't pay back, it increases the money we're paying them. It affects their HR rankings. That does directly affect HR rankings based on okay. All right, so and then we can also set aside, right? Another option that we can think about would be to set aside a maximum advance / back pay budget as an optional thing. Is that okay with Lucy to move on?
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, we'll review them in the future in our next step, so we can add that. So that needs to go in the master copy list. All right, what's the next topic? All right, so we're going to do all these personnel proposals.
The next topic is personnel proposal.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first proposal primarily affects CELU, although there's other people who it has affected in the past. And we've definitely proposed this, but we haven't really made it official. So the idea is to make it official. So the proposal is that a worker can only use their real name for payments, or maybe not real name, use their own name for payments. So basically what this would mean is that if you leave with a service that is registered to a real name, then you have to have that name be your own. So basically, the primary reason is we're not here to verify people's names all across the world and verify to make sure people are getting paid. It's like you tell us your name is Lucy. So when we make the payment, we want to pay Lucy. We don't want to pay, Robert. Right? So Lucy tells us, just pay Robert, and because Robert's the one who's going to take the money, and Robert's, Robert and Ishmael or whatever his name is, like I want to do all of this work. I want to work 30 hours a week and not get paid, and instead pick Robert Ishmael. Like we shouldn't have to verify why the money is going to someone besides Lucy when Lucy's the person doing the work. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's the proposal, and obviously we could if it's a huge problem and like there's no way to put his name on his own Visa account or whatever the issue is. We can look at business accounts. We can look at other options and try to figure out how to verify all of the back ends to make it work. So we're willing to work around it, but it's not our policy is that unless your name is on the account, we're just not going to pay it. Right? Does that make sense?
Yes, my name is the problem of my documents to verify it. I have never done so that I'm using my sister's name because we have all legal papers for verification. That I have the national ID is not the national ID, just this and legal actions. Going to recover that. I'm doing that and verify around it.
Okay, so basically the proposals that the workers that only use their own name but can propose to have a separate verification process that has to be approved. So I mean we're open to trying to work something out for you, Zulu, but in the long term, we need to get your name on the account. And so in the short term, we can try to work around it. And that's part of why I've been like, okay, it's your sister, whatever, that's cool. But, that there's nothing that proves that it's your sister. There's nothing that we have in documentation anyway to know the relationship between your sister and you. So it's not enough as it currently sits. But we're willing to work with you and make sure you get paid no matter what. Okay?
Okay.
But the proposal itself is still important on our side just because it's not about Zulu, it's about, let's say, 10 other workers all came to us saying we want to use different names. What would we do? It's like, do we even know the money's going to those people? With Zulu, maybe we know, but with another person, with Zulu knows that money's going to that person, we just don't know. You know what I'm saying? And it shouldn't be.
So 2 minutes left of this topic.
Yeah, so it should be our responsibility to prove it. It should be up to the individual. So that's the proposal. Let's go through voting since there's obviously a little bit of concern. Are there any other questions about the proposal?
I think it's clear for me, and I have no question.
Anyone else? Any concern? Well, the obvious concern is that if someone cannot get their name on an account, then we get paid.
1 minute left.
Right, so that's obviously a big problem. So, one option obviously is that they can use an account system that doesn't use normal names. For example, Bitcoin Ether, there's no name there. Okay, next one would be voting. So let's go through it. So Jay, I vote yes. Obviously, want to hear from Stilu, Lucy, Alvina, Joyce, Abdul.
From my side, yes.
Ali.
Yes, Irene.
And who is that? That was Ali?
Irene, yes. Yes.
Lucy, yes? Alvina, yes?
Zilong, yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
Comments so far?
এটা সব কম হয়ে যাবে।
Royce, did you get a chance? A seat.
Yeah, I said yes.
Right, so that one is census done. So then the next proposal is final warning for tax forms. So basically, I mean, this isn't really a proposal; it's already our policy. So, is anyone object to basically to stop paying people if they can't get the tax forms in the next month?
Yes, for those who are there from the beginning, I think these have been like some they hear more about this. They need to make sure that they are sent that tax form. If they don't want to comply with the law, they need to be given a break not to get paid for a while until they get their form done.
Sure, I mean, it depends. It depends where you are in the relationship. Like, obviously, if you're in the United States, if you don't do the tax forms, we can't pay you at all, right? Unless we're paying you under like $600. So it just depends on where you are. But yeah, I think overall, people need to get their tax forms in within the month, even if you are due. But I definitely agree that, for the final warning, it should be more people who've been around for longer. But unless someone has a major concern about it, I think we should just move on. Are there any major objections to this?
No.
Someone link, I think we have agreement here. So can someone link, everyone link the tax form stuff? Does anyone know what that is?
Let me check.
Well, if you can't find it, just let me know. I mean, I know where it is. I just was asking you. Okay, so so then the next proposal, which is more applicable, is so the proposal is that we would not pay back pay without output.
Yeah.
So basically, if you're working 15 hours per week, right, and you want to work, 30 hours in a week, you have to accomplish something. Period. Right? You can't just like add an extra 15 hours to your pay and get nothing done. Right? So that's just not going to be allowed anymore. So like if you want to accumulate back pay, you need to have logged output. That's the proposal here.
Yes, I understand this proposal.
If you do work over the 15 hours, you still log back pay without output, and then it would come out of your next hours. So let's say you work 20 hours with no output, right? That is equal to negative 5 hours. So then the next week, instead of 15 hours, you would have only 10 hours. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay.
And if you work another 10 hours, you get nothing done. Then the week after that, you have 0 hours left, right? So like the week after, you work 20 hours and get no output and nothing done. The week after that, it's equal to 0 hours. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So basically, you should be working the number of hours that you have signed up for. That's perfectly fine, but you should be doing that to get something done. So because it's coming out of the budget, it's actual back pay, eventually paid, or you're getting equity, whatever it is, it's real money and it's a real part of the budget, and it can get people paid. But if we're going to allow people to back pay and paying them on it, you do need to make sure that that's real money that's going towards something that's supporting and helping the organization. We'll be pretty lax about it, but it's like it does make sense to have the policy in place so that people don't abuse the system. And it's pretty easy to do some sort of output, at least initial output, and actually finish something, accomplish things. Then you just have to be focused and really push yourself, Make it happen. So, and obviously, people will, be lenient if people have produced production or doing other good stuff, but this at least makes it clear. Does anyone not know what output is? Is there any questions?
I think you can explain more about output, Jeff, because that's another thing you can do but not get out. Training sound, is that an output? Maybe you spend your time to train and then
I know training is definitely not output, and the reason training is not output is that you don't accomplish anything. So many times I don't even do training. I just do the work with people, and then we get work done while we're training. Right? For example, when we do all our facilitation training, we do a meeting. So we don't do fake facilitation training in something that's not real. Right? We do actual real facilitation training during a real actual live meeting. And so therefore it's both training and output or production. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So if you train someone while you're doing output, then you have output. Right? If you train them and don't do anything and accomplish anything while you're quote training, then it's not output. But we can go over the different types briefly because I think it's very helpful. And then we'll get back to the business. So let's go through this.
2 minutes left.
All right, well, we're going to go over a little bit here, but thank you. And it's not working. All right. So every single session, well, actually our work sessions, right? This is not a work session right now. This is what we call a meeting. We do our work session tracking, reporting, and evaluation. This is part of our new value tracking systems, which is why it's brand new. We're still in the second week that we're doing it. Every single session, for example, you have your Africa, Oceania, Pacific, Americas. We'll track its hours. So if we look at Atlantic, for example, here, we can start with regular hours. So regular hours include meeting time. So meeting time, training time. And I mean, that's one of the things, obviously when someone is training somebody, that would be assigned hours. So if you're training somebody else, it's considered assigned hours. If you are assigned to train people, we're asking you to train people. So the person who's getting trained would be regular hours. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Good. So regular hours is basically attending meetings, doing training, watching training videos, learning about things. You could even work on work and not get anything done. Right? If it's not assigned to you. So if you're working on something that's not assigned to you, it would just be regular hours, no matter what. This also includes communications, emails, like if you're main buddy teams, whatever, right? Assigned hours would be like that you actually were assigned to do this particular work. But it doesn't necessarily mean you get anything done. Maybe you're just learning it, you're still trying to figure out how it all works, you're making mistakes, it's fine. Production hours means you actually produce something, right? So it means that you actually created something that moved the process forward. If you did it wrong, it's fine to do something wrong, but then you didn't produce anything. We'll tell us, is this correct? And we'll say, no, you didn't do it correctly. It's not production because it didn't produce anything to move the steps forward. But either way, if you produce something, it's very good. So many times you'll work for an hour, but you only have like a half an hour of production because the other half an hour you were just trying to figure out what the hell you're doing, right? Initial output is basically like, you finished a step. Entire goal is not been accomplished, right? That's what a completed output would be like. It's actually finished, like you output, whereas an initial output would be like, okay, well, we got one step done. So, for example, the output of payroll is to get everybody paid. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yes.
So, in
Half
order
minute
to
left.
complete output of the payroll, every single person in payroll has to be paid and completed, and it's done. So that means if you only work on the component of making sure that the hours of the pay time and value tracking spreadsheet has been updated, component, but it would be considered initial output because you completed a step, right? So it helps actually move things forward. It's more than just production. Production would be like you completed half of the payment hours and verifying payment hours. That would be half of it. That would be production, but you didn't finish it, so it's not output. But initial output would be you finish that step. Then from there you have the verification, payroll verification document. You actually verify everybody's pay. When you finish that, that would also be initial output. But it's not completed because the actual payroll isn't done yet. So you can use all the verification of both the pay spreadsheet and the payroll verification, and nobody can get paid. You see what I'm trying to say? Actually the pay. Right? Final output would be an example of final output would be where, like, let's say you created an automated system that automatically paid every single person every month. That was the final output because it's done forever. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Time is up.
But it's still not a deliverable because we could always break or whatever. Like payroll is not a deliverable. It's not like once you do payroll, it still needs to happen the next month. It never finishes. So payroll is an example of something that's never ever actually done. It's a continual process, and the purpose of payroll is to pay people to actually create deliverables. Okay? So payroll is not a deliverable in any way whatsoever. So a deliverable would be, for example, the taxes, right? So actually completing the taxes for the year for the client, and then the actual taxes being delivered, signed, and finalized, and then that's a deliverable because it's actually been completed and done. So do you see the difference between output and a deliverable?
Yes.
And there's also a difference between an initial deliverable, a completed deliverable, and a final deliverable, in the idea that, you know, finish an audit or like a finance report, give it to the client, and you have an initial version done, and they come back to us and they say it's wrong, right? So therefore, it's not done, right? It's only the initial deliverable done, so it's the first draft, and then once you have the first draft done, then you edit it, you improve it, and then you get a second draft, and then eventually the client approves it, and then it's the final deliverable. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
So the most important thing to understand here is the majority of the work that happens with our global team is all regular hours, right? And this is for just basic responsibility. We need to get our mind set and focused on actual deliverables. That's the goal. So output and deliverables and the actual goals that we want to accomplish, which we're going to go into next. So anyways, the point of the training on this really quickly, for what regular hours is, assigned hours, production hours, and output. But the deliverables is just make sure people understand what we're working to. And I can note this down here as well. Looks like you got started at it. You have regular hours, the different types of hours let's just so you got regular hours. These are just like normal hours, regular hours, assigned hours, and production hours. Then you have output hours. Okay, so output, you've got initial output, and then you have completed output, and then final output, and then lastly, you have deliverables. And deliverables is again an initial deliverable, final deliverable.
Okay.
And just to remind you guys, if you guys have output or deliverable, you can get bonus hours. Just if you, as long as you're completing something, you can work as much as you want, and you have a $3,000 budget. You can have a $2 monthly budget, get paid nothing on your base level, but then get paid thousands of dollars if you're just doing work and completing. We can just bring someone in from anywhere in the world. They don't even have to have a approved budget, and they can work for free. And as long as they complete something, we'll pay them. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Cool. So, Jay, someone get back to the work hours.
Yes, absolutely. So back pay is automatic. So if so policy most important reach out personnel policy is that you track all your hours. So you're only supposed to work 15 hours a week. You work 20 hours a week, you gotta track those hours and tell us that you worked an extra 5 hours. And it automatically counts as back pay. Right? But we may take that, if you're not doing any output, especially if you're not doing production, we may take that out of your next week's hours because we want people to focus on output. But I mean, obviously, there's endless reasons why we're going to let that slide. Like if you're brand new, if you're doing trainings or whatever, it's like whatever, you know. But the point is that if you're constantly and non-stoply doing regular hours and not accomplishing anything, and not learning anything, it's like if you just attend meetings or whatever. It's like, well, there's no reason to be paying you more and more money back pay. It's like you should be working less hours. Does that make sense, Thomas?
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, but anytime you work hours, whether it's regular, assigned hours, anything, you're getting back pay. In addition, there's actually another proposal. I don't know if we're going to get to it, but there is another proposal. So we need to. I guess it's not really a proposal, but maybe we'll get to it. Like, so let's go through the proposal again. The proposal is no back pay without output at hours the next month or the week. If you're getting back pay without output, you're basically spending all this extra time with no particular outcome. So are there any questions about the proposal? Any other questions? All right.
I just say something here. So on documentation, so like as when we working on documentation, so actual documentation have no output, right?
Oh my God, documentation has tons of output. Documentation is one of the easiest things to output, depending on what you're documenting. For example, this session right here,
yeah,
and this document that we're creating, not only is it output, this is a deliverable.
Yeah.
Right? So this actual document right here is literally a deliverable, and this is the documentation of both the decisions and the existence of this meeting. Recordings are actual deliverables.
Yeah.
It's all part of the deliverable. The only problem is that this is what we're paying you to do. So the actual documentation of the meetings and the work that we're doing is your assigned tasks. So another example would be your main doc. It's technically deliverable, but it's like a main doc is like, that's what we're paying you to do. So there's no bonus involved in that, but it is a deliverable. Okay, does that make sense?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So you're not going to get a deliverable that. When we do meeting notes, like if people really step up and do meeting notes, which we're getting better at, right? So, so whoever's doing meeting notes right now, we're getting better at this, but once you guys start taking really good meeting notes, we're going to bring you guys into our client work. And we're going to go to meetings with the client, and we're going to be taking very detailed notes. And when you're working in somebody else's meeting that they are paying us to record their meeting, that would be not only output, but it would be client work and it would be deliverable. So when I, as the secretary of EXA, for example, I go to the board meetings, to the executive meetings, and I take meeting minutes and notes, that's a deliverable. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, I have a question.
Yeah.
Okay. If someone who works 15 hours extra, should all the 15 hours needed to be output hours?
So if you work 15 hours, if you have 15 hours in your budget, and you work 30 hours, the extra 15 hours needs to be output. Now, or at least some type of production. I mean, we'll be pretty lax about it, but the point is that you can't just log, twice as many hours with nothing to show for it. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay.
Logging output is not easy. So I'm not going to say that it's easy because it's very, very difficult, and it's going to take a lot of training, even for myself.
Yeah.
But it's really important because it's basically printing value, right? It's really, really, as we go into the future of value and everything that we're transforming in the global economies, we're literally recreating what value is. And so every time we document our output, our deliverables, it's actually printing value. So you get layers upon layers of value related to equity tokens, like all the different systems that we're building. So it's well worth your time, and you get additional points for doing the tracking of your value tracking. So your value tracking is hours that you're getting paid for. Plus, on top of that, your value tracking is assigned hours, right?
Okay.
So all you do all day is just track your time and make sure you're doing that. That will be considered assigned hours. Like if you already helped other people track their time or whatever. All right, so let's get back to the proposal. So any other concerns of the proposal, which is that we do not do back pay without output.
Yeah.
And now we can cut your hours for next month and week. So you still get the back pay, but we just simply cut your hours the next month and week so that it would reduce. But you would still keep the back pay that you got. I mean, that's not going to change. No additional back pay. Any other concerns or questions or comments?
From my side, it's okay.
Any objections?
No.
All right, so we have so the only other thing I want to mention here is that this proposal creates a new responsibility. And actually, there's two responsibilities. So this is the new responsibility. So every week, when people are doing the value tracking, right? So there's not the value tracking, but the update the worker hours and pay spreadsheet, right? Whoever is doing that has two additional responsibilities. One is to review and compare that workers have half their time focused on assigned tasks. Right? And you're supposed to be doing quarter time on client work, on client work, and output. And then half your time can be with regular hours. Right? So this is supposed to happen every Wednesday. So once per week, every Wednesday. So the midweek is the midweek check-in. Midweek review and compare the workers that half their time focused on assigned tasks and quarter time on client output. So this is something that's already a policy. This is already existing policy. So for example, if somebody has 20 hours and they've already spent 10 hours doing regular hours and don't have any assigned tasks and have nothing that they're doing, they're done for the week. It's like you already spent half of your time. Obviously, if you're brand new at your first week, it's like whatever. Of course, we're not worried about it. But if you've been around for 3 months and you have not focusing on even attempting to do real tasks that are assigned or priorities, you're done for the week, right? You already used up half of your time on regular hours. So by the half week, if you have 20 hours, maybe if you have 10 hours, 5 of those hours should be on assigned priority tasks. 5 of them should be on regular hours. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So the review and compare of hours and expectations back pay. Twice per month, right? So that would just be for people who are accumulating back pay. You'd make sure that they're actually accumulating the back pay in relation to output. Okay.
And then, that the person is assigned for the hours, or you go and check what their work, they're linking on their work report.
Yeah, you should very quickly be able to see what they're working on. Everybody, when you are working on, so we all priorities, we all know that basically what the assigned tasks are, and we just want to make sure people are attending. You don't even have to accomplish anything, right? All we're asking somebody to do is to spend half of their time attempting to complete an assigned responsibility. That's all we're asking. So you don't have to complete anything. You don't even have to have like any output or any production. It's just at least try to accomplish one of your assigned tasks, right? Or do some responsibility organizing or something. But don't just like, endlessly watch training videos and never try to do a task. That's just not going to fly, right?
Yeah.
You only attend, meetings and never actually work. It's just that's not happening. What we're asking people to do. So as long as you have no back pay, you don't even have to do output. You don't have to do production, right? It's just like do your best. That's all we're asking for people to do, and over time you'll learn. But if you are going to ask for back pay, and you want to start accumulating back pay and additional equity, you need to be doing actual production output. Okay? Cool. So that is pretty clear. Any last questions on that?
So,
last question. Only people to think and step up to do the responsibilities. Side tasks.
So I have a proposal in here, Jay. Suppose I have 15 hours per week. So I think if it's better if we assign as a meeting time this 15 hours. How much time I spent on meeting time? Like 3 hours or 5 hours, and 5 hours or assigned task, and regular time will be 5 hours. So the total is 15 hours maybe. So can you do that?
So 3 hours or 5 hours. 5 hours would be assigned total 15 hours. I didn't quite get it, but let's say if you do 15 hours, it'd be 7.5 hours regular hours, training, meetings, etc.
Yeah.
And then 7.5 hours would be equal to assigned responsibility.
Yeah.
And again, remember, assigned responsibility, you don't have to get anything done, regardless of whether anything done. Right? So we're not concerned about actually getting anything done. But once you start working an additional 7.5 hours, like the next 7.5 hours, need to be equal to production and or initial output.
Yes.
Right. So if you're going to spend an additional 7.5 hours of back pay, you want that back pay time to be related to actually producing something. Otherwise, there's no reason to be giving you all extra equity and money. So we're already giving you 15 hours of pay to not even get anything done, right? And then the next 7.5 hours, you want production or maybe some initial output. The great thing about this is that if you do actual output, then you can get bonus as well, right?
Yeah.
So let's say you spend 7.5 hours on producing something, right? So you do 7.5 hours on production, then 1 hour of output. So the actual last hours we've actually taken from that, all this work, and the last hour you get it over the top, you actually finish it. And it's done. It's all about that last hour is the most important hour because you're actually finishing it. Maybe it's 1 to 2 hours, but it took you, it could take you 5 hours to learn what is going on. So you're putting all that extra time into producing and trying to push it all over the edge, but you're still trying to figure it all out. But then the last couple hours, you actually finish it. Right? You can count the entire 7.5 hours that pay, even though you get the bonus for like 2 hours. Does that make sense?
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
So this would be like bonus and front, and this would be the output is bonus. Production is good, but if you do 7.5 hours of production and then you aren't able to fully finish it, get the output, but it's really close, who cares? We're not worried about it. But the point is that just like if you're gonna continue to work past the hours that you're budgeted, just make sure that it's focused on or do your best to have it be focused on something that's gonna actually get things done. All right.
Okay.
But again, you have all the time you want. And this is any time that you put in, after back pay, you're gonna get that equity and value, regardless of the type of hours it is. This just gives us a way to make sure that if people are using the system, that we have a way to cut people's hours if they're using it. And maybe some people won't even know that they're abusing it; they just don't understand what's going on. So, cool. Anyway, the last little proposal here was just with overtime. It's not really a proposal; it's just more like implementing an existing policy. The existing policy that we have 2 types of overtime. So there's currently 2 types of overtime. Actually, there's 3 types. There's 3 types of overtime. First one is working over 30 hours a week. Actually, it's 4 types of overtime. Right? The second one is working over 6 hours a single day. The third one is working in the middle of the night. So it's mainly for global sessions. So for example, right now for me, it's 11. Right, so it's getting pretty late. Right? So, but if it was like 4 a.m., this would be like basically double time, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Overtime for the middle of the night. And the last one, we also offer a, I think this is the, but this is not only for equity backfill. Actually, all overtime is only for equity backfill. At the point in time. So the last one is we also offer. Actually, let's just say not only primarily. For people that work request jobs can track all their hours and we pay what's called proportional overtime. You work 30 hours for job 1, right? And then you work 15 hours for job 2. Right? That's a total of 45 hours. 15 hours back pay. So you have 45, and you do 15 divided by 45 is 33% overtime. So it would be 33% overtime. And so it would be proportional. So this would be the 15 hours would be 33%, the 30 hours would be 66%. So 66% of the overtime would be paid by job 1, 33% would be paid by job 2. So this is our 4 types of overtime. So basically the bottom line here is this is a responsibility. And we want people to start, create, there's actually a task here. So create an overtime tracking spreadsheet. And we're gonna start tracking daily. So we want to track all 4. Start tracking all 4 types of. Obviously, this is going to be the least one. At least 3 types. At least 3 types. The responsibility is to update daily and weekly overtime. So this is a new responsibility. Not really new, but kind of a new responsibility. We haven't done it before. It's pretty easy for people to do. You just look at the spreadsheet, see if there's extra hours that people are accumulating on their current hours, and add it to the overtime. And now we're going to, and then when you get overtime, you'll be getting additional back pay more than what you would currently get. That makes sense?
Yes.
I just created a spreadsheet already.
Man, I love it. That was beautiful. Okay, cool. So I think we're done. I know that took a while, but this is important to have our policies really, really clear and organized. And then there's also another task here, which is to index information, index of policies. Right?
Jay, I have a question.
Yes, Joy, what's your question?
Yeah, what does it mean if I work here 4 o'clock, for example, Egypt time is 4 o'clock, and I'm working in the morning? What does it mean in the
So very top under attendance, right? We would put, we don't even have you on here. I'm assuming maybe you came a little late. I don't know. You were on time. So we'd have Joyce here. And Joyce would be, you said it's 4 a.m. for you right now?
not this session. During, for example, Sonic session, really Sonic session, I'm always in the 4 o'clock in the morning.
Okay, so basically for me right now it's 11:30 p.m. right? So this would be considered 1.5x, right? Because it's between 9 p.m. to 9 a.m. is when you should be taking care of yourself, sleeping, taking care of your family, all this kind of thing. So anybody who's working from 9 p.m. to 12 midnight will be 1.5 a.m. is 2x. Right, so 12 midnight to 6 a.m. So the 2x, double values. The problem is that this only relates to session value tracking. You're gonna so double equity that you receive for the time that you're putting in. So it doesn't directly increase your budget, but it can. And then the other aspect that's more important in terms of your question is that it only relates to global sessions. So in no way are we asking anybody to be up at 4 in the morning. It's an optional choice to do that. And you're choosing to do that to get additional hours. If you don't want those hours, you don't need to do it. You can only attend global sessions and track and get all those hours, and just work the time that you're available during the day or whatever is available to you. And also you can focus on your weekly scheduled sessions. For example, your Africa session, get to level 4, and then start your own lighting session and attend additional lighting sessions. So what I'm trying to say is that eventually, all across the world, if we just focus and get organized, there will be unlimited amounts of work in any time zone at any time within a few months if you simply just do the work. So basically what I'm trying to say is that session is not a global session. The Sonic session is specifically designed for people that are in Oceania and Australia area of the world. Does that answer your question, Joy?
Yeah, because that's the only my available time that I can work.
Yeah, so I mean, if it's someone's only available time, it's not necessarily the organization. Like our organization was created so that it's possible for everybody across the world. But if you have a difficult schedule, that should every session, your number one primary priority should be getting to level 4, getting your own buddy team set up and getting organized as quickly as possible to work more hours. And anything would be not meeting the goals of what we're trying to do.
It's like one of my time availability.
Yeah, so basically what I'm trying to say is simply that we can't pay everybody double and triple overtime for just staying regular sessions, right? It's only for sessions that we're asking and requiring people to show up to, which are global sessions. Does that make sense?
Okay, thank you.
So global sessions are not optional. They only happen at the president. There's no other new session to go to, and everybody is asked to come to the session. We want everybody to come. So if you come to the new session in the middle of the night, for example, right now we don't have anybody from the west, the east, the western Atlantic, which is a bummer, right? So we would want them to be here, but they would need to be up at 3 in the morning in order to be here. So what we offer to them for that is we basically offer double equity, right? But we're not going to ask someone to just come every single day in the middle of the night without having a rational context for them to do that, right? So in no way are we asking you to be attending our sessions at 4 in the morning every single day. We're not only are we not requiring that, we're not even asking you to do that. So if you choose to do that, you can do that, but it's not, we're not asking you to do that, so it's not part of the organization. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a personal choice. So, yeah. We are asking it. And eventually what you should be thinking about is that if you want to take this seriously, and prioritize this above other things in your life, and we can stabilize our budgets and get people guaranteed budgets for 3 months, 6 months, or longer. You can start changing your schedule around of your availability, and that's the type of people that we're looking for. Does that make sense?
Yes, Jay. Anyway, this is one of my availability. I can also work in the 4 o'clock afternoon, which is 8 o'clock. Yes. So it's only one of my availability schedule. So I'm just asking what it was not clear so much. So,
Okay, yeah, so by the way, I just want everyone to know, so if I go to our website right now, so this would be unitynet.info. Our website is down. All of our hundreds of websites have all been suspended. Not good. So we can't even look at our calendar right now. So I just want to note down that's a top priority. This would be one of our explanation point priorities is the website. And we need someone to help out with the website. And I'm just noting that, and this goes in the overall priorities, right? So add to top of the overall priorities. Add to that our website doesn't work, so you can't look at a calendar. But basically, my point is that I'm not sure exactly what time it's at. The Central Asia session has not been scheduled yet, which will be a weekly session, and that'll give it at least another 2-3 hours a week. So there's that one. Plus, we're going to be going to the quintants, and I'm even considering going to the sextants model. And once that happens, there's going to be 10 to 12 sessions every week that anyone at level 3 can schedule. And what we're thinking about is that like the Sonic session in between ones will be every other week, but overall every 2 weeks there would be as many as 18 weekly sessions that people can go to all across the world. And we can get that done in like a couple weeks and people just get organized, right? So in order to do that, right, so let's just note this down, and this can be a goal. Get our global weekly / twice per month sessions active and functional. So what do we have to do to make that happen? We need to finalize sextant / quintant calendar. I think it's a schedule. Schedule. We also need to schedule each, and this would be as many as 18 weekly 18 main sessions per 2 weeks. But each one could be 2 to 3 hours, so that is equal to 18 times 2 is 36. 18 times 3 is 54. So 36 to 54 hours of additional sessions. That's pretty much it. So we can finalize the schedule, make sure it's clear when all different sessions can happen, and then we can schedule them. And anybody at level 3 can set the
Yeah.
So Jay, how many sessions a week?
We did make a policy that would be that we had a policy that at level 10, I think it was like 2 main sessions or something like that. It was like 2-3 main sessions, but main sessions can also be work sessions. So when you have a main weekly session, you can vote, right? Vote by majority to have a work session. Okay.
Okay.
So basically the idea is that once per week there can be a check-in within pretty much every time of hour across the entire world. with level 3. You don't even have to do level 4.
Okay.
There's only once per week, right?
Yep.
And that can help open up the schedule. It can help people get organized. But those sessions need to be organized. If we mess and nothing's getting done, we can just, cancel or move the entire session without a dispute. Okay.
Okay. Also, I have a question on the website. What's the problem websites?
The website, it's the billing is a problem. Like that, billing is another huge top priority. Like we review the overall priorities. So it's like, let's go into our goals. So I think we're ready to move into our goals. Let's just quickly review the overall priorities.
কলাম যে তুমি ওই লিংকে যে দেখো কিভাবে পূরণ করে ওইগুলো পূরণ করা দেখে বোঝা যাবে তোমরা প্রথম যে লিংকটা ওপেন করেছিলাম ফেসবুকের যে লিংকটা আচ্ছা ফেসবুকের লিংকটা ওপেন করে কি দেখলাম আচ্ছা তাহলে প্রথম যেটা কি বুঝতে পারছো
So the one I wanted to add was, and this is something that's more important than taking care of ourselves. Having all our websites with that is a disaster. So primarily this is caused by probably not paying the bills. Right, so number 6 is getting the bills paid. So maybe we should bring this up to number 5. We need to get this with the bills paid. I mean, I don't know how to get you guys to focus on these overall priorities, but they would not be overall urgent priorities if it wasn't like, if we don't do the overall priorities, we don't get paid. Like everything falls apart. Like, no one will be able to feed themselves or pay their families or support each other because we're not doing the priorities. Do you guys understand how important the priorities are?
Yes.
I don't feel like you guys are even trying. Like I literally feel like you guys don't even try. Like week after week, month after month, it's like you guys don't even talk about the overall priorities or it doesn't even feel like they exist. It's like I'm working on the overall priorities every single day, over 12 hours a day sometimes. And it's like you go to the Sonic session and people are working on updating the schedule, the daily documents log. It's like we can go months without updating the daily documents log and it'll be fine. But if we don't pay the bills, we don't finish and actually do our client work, next month we might all be out of a job. So it's like, I don't know how to make that any clearer.
So first, in order for those website works, we first pay the bills, then looking at the website, right?
The what?
Okay, in order for those website work, first we must have to pay the bills for the website. I think that is by hosting website working the part of the website things. So that website can work.
That's the assumption. I mean, basically to finish it, we have we're paying the website on a new card for the first time, and this is on our Bitcoin and Ethereum card, and I had never done it before, but it got paid. So, but unfortunately, it looks like it got back. So when we were doing the payroll today, we were reviewing the reimbursement, Joyce's reimbursement came through. But then in addition to Joyce's reimbursement, another refund came through that we didn't really understand or know what it was. But it looks like it was the $51.90 for our hosting. So this is our hosting for our websites. So that's a big problem. I don't know. We need to look into it. We just need to prioritize. Like maybe someone wants to help me after the sessions and deal with bills for like 10 minutes to put the website back up. Hours just to figure out and get it paid, and all of a sudden we have at least 24 other essential priorities that need to happen that are probably more important than that because they're not getting done and they have to be spent money. Are you guys comprehending what I'm trying to say?
Yes.
So what does it mean?
I'll help you on billing. Yeah. I think that's part of it. Yeah.
I don't mean you understand a word you said.
I said I'll help you on billing. That those tasks or those bills can be done.
Okay, but again, it's not just any one person. I mean, I talk to you, Thomas, maybe twice a week. So unless you want to do it immediately after this session, or you want to stop the session early, get it done, and prioritize that over the session, or something like I don't know. You know what our other options are. One of the reasons why recruitment is number 4 is because we just need people who can do work. Get the work done, right? So the current people we have are not getting the work done, so we need to recruit new people to get work done, right? So that's why the work recruitment is so important, is because we just don't have enough people doing the work to get the work done, right? So it's like if there's many hours, like at least like 10 hours, 20 hours a week that I just sit by myself and I'm on the hangout by myself, no one's there. Because everyone's either sleeping or doing whatever else they're doing. So it's like I don't have any help. So we need to recruit more people to help during the times when there's nobody around, right?
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm gonna put the overall queries. I want to pass it off over here to just move you around and get everyone to input into monthly goals, and then probably wrap up. I think that was the main thing we wanted to get done today. Here.
Yes, I'm here.
So you just want to go around to every person and let them input into the monthly goals.
Okay, I'll do that.
Yep. We have 5 minutes on that.
We're kind of getting started. 10 minutes, like 1 minute per person to give the monthly goal. Last night.
Thomas, I will begin with you.
The
You have a monthly goal.
monthly goal